Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Racing Podblast with me, Tony Mack, and Ben Aiken from Narrow in the Field. And we're back after our short break last week, heading to Aintree for the Grand National. A Grand National Day it is, covering 3 races from the Saturday card, including the big race itself, the RANDOX Grand National. Much preferred the John Smith's Grand National, but and then we head off on our usual visit to the Scottish lower leagues for our ever popular Football Trixie top, middle and bottom. That's all to come. But racing first as always, and Aintree we go. Grand National Day starts off, we're starting off with the Liverpool hurdle at 3:05. Welcome back, Ben, and welcome along. Can you start us off on that one?
Yeah, morning, Tony. Yep, we will start with the Liverpool hurdle. A race I have a couple of angles I use to dig into to help pull together a shortlist. One of those angles is one that looks for where the winners ran last time out. That angle being 14 of the 19 previous winners of this ran at Cheltenham Festival last time out, had previously run at this Aintree National Festival, and had previously won at Grade 1 or Grade 2 level. Horses that fit that angle this year are Floating Porter, Sire du Berlay, Crambo and Dashel Drasher. I'd also pull Botox Has into that shortlist. He banged in a career best speed figure when winning at Haydock last time out. I'd also probably bring in Hidden Valley Lake as a bit of a sort of wild card type. Now, if I'm totally honest, right now I don't have a massively strong opinion on the race. I think it looks a bit of a strange renewal. A fair few in the race that have been round the block a fair few times. I'm surprised Paisley Park didn't come out of retirement just to say hello to his mates for this race. There's a few younger ones in the race. Maybe you have a question or two to answer. There's nothing in the race rated 160 or higher, which is unusual. Usually you'd have at least 1 or 2 running that are rated in the 160 plus bracket. So I think the race could be open for someone to burst onto the stay-in division. That's why I pulled Hidden Valley Lake onto the shortlist. Still very much unexposed type. I think there's potential for him to step up to the Stayers plate, announce himself kind of on the scene as a bit of a potential force in the division. But as for a bet in the race, I think right now, I honestly don't know. It's one of those races I was kind of going round and round in circles with. I think I'm maybe leaning towards Botox Has or Hidden Valley Lake. But I'm going to have to give it another deep dig when I'm pulling together my analysis for members. But I think it's got a strange sort of shape to the race. And I don't know, Hidden Valley Lake is kind of catching my eye. I think there's probably question marks about the rest of the field, and he's one that might just be able to step forward and take advantage of that. So, I'm kind of leaning on the Hidden Valley Lake side. Tony, what have you got for the Liverpool hurdle?
It's a strange old renewal, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, you've got Champ in there. You've got Monkfish from Willie Mullins. Last seen pulling up behind Gallop and Deschamps in the Gold Cup, and Hewick. I mean, what sort of race is this?
I know, yeah.
I'm just shaking my head. I've come up with 3. I've come up with Hidden Valley Lake, like yourself. One of the younger ones, 7-year-old winner on heavy at Navan in February in a Grade 2 contest. He's 2 from 4 left-handed and has 1 on a flat track. I'll be interested to see how he goes in future as well, Hidden Valley Lake, and hopefully he can go well. I was hoping for it. He was 10-1 when I was doing my notes yesterday, but it seems to be 7-1 this morning. But he won the Boyne hurdle last time out, the Grade 2. Crambo I like as well. Fergal O'Brien has had a bit of a quiet season since Christmas. There was lots of promise going into Cheltenham, but that hasn't materialised at all for the trainer. But he's clearly better than his last run at Cheltenham, suggests Cranbo. Well beaten, 14.5 lengths in this year's Stays. He did win the long walk though in December. He's won on soft over a similar trip and is 2 from 3 when running between 16 and 30 days. He can go well at an each way price at around 7-1. Won here in October on seasonal debut as well. at Cranbrook. And Flooring Porter just going, I mean, I love Cider Burley, but surely he can't win at 12. But I think the weakness of this race means he still is in the melting pot, I think, Cider Burley. But Flooring Porter, believe it or not, I couldn't understand he's still 9. 2 place efforts in this contest in the last 2 years, 3 from 8 over hurdles on soft ground, and another 3 place efforts on soft ground. Excels in races with a similar number of runners in them, and I still think he can do it at the age of 9. Flooring Porter would be the win bet, but I'd be probably, as post time comes, having a little bit each way on Cranbrook and Hidden Valley Lake as well in the 305 at Liverpool. Right, here we go. On to the big one itself, the 4 o'clock, the 2024 Grand National. Your thoughts on this, Ben?
Yeah, the National as a race has changed shape in recent seasons. They've modified the fences, distance of the race being reduced a little, weights compressed at the top end to attract some better horses. Various conditions need to be met before you can run in the race. And this year, obviously, maximum field size reduced from 40 to 34. The long-term race trends that used to work so well in the race, I don't think they're quite as reliable as they used to be. More recent renewals of the National, since those modifications came in, I think they all started to throw up a newer set of strong race trends. So does look a race that can still be attacked using race trends. I released a free guide recently with a set of 8 trends that all of the last 8 winners passed. I won't repeat all of them here. If you don't yet have that free guide, I'll put a link in the bio for this Podblast episode. But 3 of the strongest trends from that set would be the last 8 winners were all aged 7, 8 or 9. At 0 from 139 for those that didn't fit in that age bracket. The last 8 winners all had between 1 and 7 previous handicap chase starts. 0 from 160 for those that did not fit that trend. And the last 8 winners ran in a Class 1 or Class 2 chase last time out and were beaten no more than 25 lengths. 0 from 153 for those that did not fit that trend. So using the trends in the guide, the free guide as my basis, I'm left with a rough and ready Grand National shortlist of I Am Maximus, Vanillier, Limerick Lace, and Gala de la Toll. I also quite like the chances of Kitty's Light, clearly being plotted up for this by Christian Williams, which he's very good at doing, plotting up horses for staying chases. Kitty's Light gets his prime conditions. The return of cheap pieces is a massive indicator that they are primed and ready to go with him. So I would add Kitty's Light to that list. Of those on the trends shortlist, though, I think it's probably last year's second Vanillier that I'm being drawn to. He gets a £9 swing in the weights with Corach Rambler for last year's 2-length defeat. He's clearly been teased along this season with a return crack at this race. You know, very much like to plan like they had this in mind from the minute he crossed the line last year. He's a strong stayer, Vanillier, he's still unexposed in handicaps. He's only had 3 previous handicap starts. Handles large fields well. He'll form off 2 wins and 2 seconds from 6 starts and fields of 16 or more. I'd be surprised he wasn't there or thereabouts again as he jumped the last. So Vanillier is where I'm at just now for the Grand National. I'll probably have a few more on my side, but I do like Vanillier. I think he's been, as I said, he's been teased along all season with this in mind. So Vanillier for me. Tony, what have you got in the National this year?
Right, I've got 4 here, which I've also got one of your big outsiders as well, Gallia de Lito for the Skeltons. Is very much on my short list. I mean, these 2 are doing anything they want at the minute. I mean, what that Langadan run was all about yesterday. My God, if that had won, I might as well have just thrown it away. The Flambook. What on earth was he doing between Bob Ollinger and the winner? Blimey, Langadan. I thought, he cannot possibly win this. Surely not. Coral Cup winner. Good Lord!
Yeah,
but,
I don't know if that was. I don't know if that says that race was poor yesterday,
yes,
or
yes.
Langerdan is way better than he's been shown to be.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Just shaking my head after that race yesterday. But blimey, But fair play to Lang and Dan. He was in there at the end and battling away. And the very funny, I have to say, very amusing steward's inquiry there. But I won't say on because I'll probably get banned or something. But anyway, Gallia de la Tour, fourth of 5 at Exeter on heavy ground when last seen in February. I just have it's a niggle that she can go well, although, you know, a mare in a Grand National, I mean, it must be 1970 odd or whenever when the last mare won a national. And here's another one for you as well. Willie Mullins says he's got a great team, a team to beat. And he doesn't usually talk like that as far as the national is concerned. There was a hot floor report. I can't believe he's still only 9. I can't believe Statler's still only 9 either. He's around 50 to 1 in some places. On his only go at a marathon trip, I'm not reading from the Racing Post here because I've lost all my notes. He easily did win the old 4 miler, which was reduced to 3 miles 6 furlongs back in 2022. He absolutely battered that field, Statler, and apparently it was only his go at a marathon trip. He was last seen finishing 4th of 10 in the cross-country chase at Punchestown in February. I've just got a niggle for Statler. Patrick Mullins is on him. Animix went well over the national fences yesterday. Statler around 50s. Gallia de la Tour around 28. And a bit further up the betting, Meeting of the Waters again for Willie Mullins. Danny Mullins rides there. That's around 11 to 1. And Panda Boy at around 12 to 1. They will be my each way selections. Meeting of the Waters, Panda Boy, Gallia de la Tour, and good old Statler, who's still only 9, by the way. But, fingers crossed for that. The National, moving on. I was very annoyed at this because the Maghull Novices Chase, one of my favourite, usually starts off Saturdays, but he's been pushed back. The Maghull Novices Chase has been pushed back disgracefully by the authorities to 5 o'clock. What a great race this is, and Ben's going to give us his fancies on it.
Yeah, Maghull Novice Chase, you're right. I was surprised it was at 5 o'clock. I had to check my notes there. I thought it was a wrong race, but no, the Maghull is at 5 o'clock. A race that has been won by some proper horses through the years. John Bon, Shishkin, Duvan, Sprinter Sacre, Tidal Bay, Well Chief, Flagship Uber Allies, to name but a few. I doubt there's anything close to that in this year's renewal. But it's a decent enough field, all the same. No race trends for me in this one, but I did note the only one winner since 1997 started at an SP of bigger than 6 to 1. That was Special Tiara, who won the 2013 renewal. Indeed, 20 of the 26 renewals were won by the favourite, or second favourite. 24 of the 26 renewals were won by a horse starting in the first 3 in the market. So the market has been an excellent guide in this race. There are 3 in this field who are clear of the others in the market at time of recording. It's Found of 50, Hercule du Soil, and Etalon. Hercule du Soil represents Willie Mullins. He's only ever sent 2 runners to this race. He's won with both of them, Duvan and Gentleman de Me. So Hercule du Soil is of definite interest. If you ignore his hurdle and chase debut runs, he has 8 wins from 9 starts, and he seems to operate on most ground conditions, a few different trips, at all times of the year, and on various track types. So he looks a very, very adaptable type, and I'm quite surprised Hercule du Soil is as big as 11 to 2 for this. And he's the one that interests me in the Maghull Chase, Hercule du Soil, for Willie Mullins, who is going for the Trainers' Championship over here, which would be mad, but not surprising. So Hercule du Soil for me, Tony. What have you got?
It's an interesting one. The key race is clearly the Arkle at the Cheltenham Festival. 4 of the last 8 winners running in the race, and another 6 hitting the frame from 16 qualifiers. A 63% winning place strike rate for runners in the last 8 years coming from the Arkle into the Maghull. And with that, I do fancy Found of 50, which just look again, which finished second behind Gaelic Warrior Gaelic Warrior, who doesn't like going left-handed, of course, won by 8.5 lengths. They won the Arkle. He finished second, did found a 50. I thought that was pretty good form there, and he's a bit tight, a bit short in the betting here, but I think found a 50 can go very, very well here. Matata finished fourth in the Arkle as well. I don't think he's a little bit of a big price for Nigel Twiston-Davis and Sam Twiston-Davis, for Simon Manair and Isaac Swade. That's around 11 to 1. And another Henry de Bromhead runner here, Quilliox, is it Quilliox? Yeah, something like that. Quilliox, which is 2 from 4 over fences. He did run in the Arkle, but things didn't go to. He was hampered by a faller at the second and lost position. I don't know whether that's put his head, but anyway, it was a little bit poor. He was expected to go well at around 11 to 2 in the Arkle, but things didn't materialise for him in the Arkle at Cheltenham. He ended up finishing 8th of 10, well beaten 39 lengths. He's better than that effort suggests, and. Quillioxes. I have no idea.
Any de Bromhead horse.
Yes. Is it Quilliox?
Don't know.
We'll go.
I'd asking the wrong person here. I can barely say Master Chewy.
Another one for Twiston-Davis as well. Quilixios. That's it. Quilixios. Of course.
Yay.
11 to 1. We're going to thank you, Quilixios. I don't know why it just came to me. Matata and Founder 50 for me. All right, blimey. Onwards and upwards. Here we go. Is top, middle, and bottom. Help! Help!
Oh golly! What a volley! The great thing about loving football is you cannot explain why you love it. It just happens. Chasing a ball round a park, wanting one team to win against the other.
El Mahoney, right foot, whips it. Oh, jeez, he peeps, man.
Quilixios. Okay, top, middle, and bottom. Here we go, Ben. And it's Ben. Can you give us the current state of play? 2 weeks ago, of course.
2 weeks. Can't remember what happened a few weeks ago, but neither of us won. Current state of play is me plus 11.90, Tony minus 20.77. Normal 3 leagues for us again this week, and my top, middle, and bottom is top. Airdrie to beat Dunfermline at 23 to 20. Both teams been in excellent form recently. Crucial game this. If Airdrie win, they go 9 points clear of Dunfermline. There's only 9 points left to play for, and it would all but secure Airdrie's place in the playoffs. So they should be bang up for this. They're strong. They've been strong at home all season. And I'll take Airdrie to secure their 4th league win on this spin here at 23 to 20. Middle, Kelty Hearts to beat Stirling at 5 to 4. Kelty have been on a bit of a mini charge recently. They've won 3 of their last 5. They do have an outside chance of sneaking into the playoffs, Division 1 playoffs. So they'll be looking to keep the pressure on the teams above them with a win here. Stirling, on the other hand, they've been struggling a bit. They've lost 4 of their last 5, 6 of their last 10, lost 7 of their last 10 away games. They've shipped 26 goals in the process. So I will take Kelty to continue their mini charge here. Bottom, East Fife to beat Bonnie Rig Rose at evens. East Fife, the form team in Division 2 right now. They've picked up 19 points from their last 10, more than any other team. Bonnie Rig Rose are very much not the form team in the division. They've only managed to pick up 4 points from their last 10 matches, the lowest of any team in the division. Not won any of the last 10 matches, only won 1 of their last 15 matches. They head on East Fife team that have won their last 3 home matches, and this looks like it has an East Fife win written all over it. So East Fife for me. My top, middle, and bottom is top, Airdrie, middle, Kelty, Hearts, and bottom, east of the Fife.
Good stuff.
What have you got?
Top is Wraith at home to Partick, and 23 to 20 I'm going for there. And unfortunately, I'm going for a couple of odds-on shots here. Alloa at home to Montrose, 19 to 20, and Spartans at home to Stranraer, 17 to 20. So it's Wraith, Alloa, Spartans, Wraith at 23 to 20, Alloa 19 to 20, and Spartans at home to Stranraer 17 to 20 for my top, middle and bottom tomorrow. Grand National Day. Many thanks for listening to the latest edition of the Racing Podblast, and very best of luck with your betting at Aintree and the Grand National this weekend. And if you like a bit of funk, it says here,
Bit of funk.
a bit of dance, and then you can catch my Groove Express radio show on Heritage Chart Radio every Friday between 1900 hours and 2100 hours each and every Friday. And you catch more racing analysis from Ben over on narrowingthefield.co.uk. Don't forget to check out his Grand National trends on there as well. And a big thanks for listening this week. Have a great weekend, everyone, and we'll see you next week. Best of luck to Quilixios tomorrow as well. The next instalment of the Racing Podblast. Cheers, Ben.
Cheers, Donny.
Thanks, everyone.